Okay, welcome everybody to the Crop Talk.
Hi.
We've been away for a while, and we have actually been helping the Footy Talk show grow. Footy Talk show is on episode 9 right now, and they've gone like 4 or 5 episodes. Thank you all for watching. We really appreciate the support. I think it's a good show that has been going on for some time. So thank you. This is episode 13. Thank you everyone who's been watching and following. Please, like, subscribe, and follow us on Facebook, on YouTube, and Instagram and Twitter for more Cop Talk fan shows. All right. So before that, and without any further ado, let me just introduce our speakers for today. We've got all the way from the UK, Mr. Ben James,
All right,
who's
Sana.
got who's giving us his time on a Sunday morning. Thank you, Ben.
All right.
All right. So the next one we've got here today is across the border of Malaysia, Punita.
Hi
For the
there,
first
how are you guys
time.
doing?
Thanks, Punita, for joining us.
Thank you for having
All
me.
right. Again, the next person from Singapore, we've got Imran.
Hi guys.
I like that shirt, Imran. That shirt's really,
Nice
really
man.
good.
Thank you.
And we've got Surf Army from the Surf Army channel here joining us. All right. Thanks, Surf Army, for joining us. And we've got Mr. Dave B from my state, Negeri Sembilan, Red Junks, Liverpool fan supporters club. And last but not least, my big bro here, Mr. Puva, who, as you can see, he's trying to put up a smile ever so difficultly because of how we've had a little run in with the Liverpool dropping points lately. So anyway, let's get into this. Let's get into this. This show, we're really just going to be very objective here. It hasn't really been the best time being a Liverpool supporter. We should have put away a lot of games that were really stuff we should have put away. We didn't do it. What we have got injuries. We've got a lot of other challenges with multiple games, and multiple games trying to put up top performances is not been easy. And the first topic that we're going to go in here is that all comes down to our manager. Okay, so Jurgen Klopp, has he been struggling with his decision making lately? Just looking at things a bit more objectively, has there been a struggle, a real struggle with his options, decision making? Is his backroom staff letting him down, or are the players just purely fatigued and he's running out of options, but to just continue to ask for a lot from the players? Like Trent and Salah. Salah has been doing miracles for us, but it kind of shows that he's running a little bit tired, maybe fatigued, and Klopp still plays him top of the match for the longest periods of the match, and he's asking for too much, but he's just not delivering. Is that pressure of expectations built with the tiredness all affecting it? So let's get into that right now. Let's hear from my main man here, Puva. Wow, what do you have to say about this?
First of all, Happy New Year to everybody, especially to all the corporates all over the world. Uh, Not the ideal way to end our 2020, but I believe it's not the worst possible situation to end the year because we're still top of the league. Um, uh, Disappointing thing is we had the opportunity to go 4 or 6 points clear from our closest rivals, but we in a way wasted it. Looking back, West Brom's results before and after they played us, it's even more depressing, to be very honest. They lost to Villa at home without scoring none. They lost to Leeds without scoring, and early morning today they lost to Arsenal. without scoring as well, and they drew with us. That's even more depressing. But this is down to ourselves. I'm not gonna blame Klopp 100%, and I'm not being negative here. But I would say he got it wrong the last two matches when it comes to his decision making, when it comes to substitutions. Because the West Brom game, the first half, we were dominant, position wise, chances wise, everything. West Brom literally decided to park the bus. They just were waiting for that one counter attack or one set piece chances like a corner or free kick. But I'm surprised and very disappointed with our second half performance against West Brom, where we only had one genuine attempt to score, which was the Bobby Firmino's attempt towards the end. Apart from that, we let West Brom to come back to the game. They were winning the first ball, second ball, the aiders in midfield. We started to lose the battle in midfield. And this is where the frustration came in. Because when you know, when you already started to realize that your team is sinking and they are not on top like they did in the first half, there were no changes at all. And the changes came very late. And more frustrating was to take out Bobby Firmino and brought in Divock Origi. See, nothing against Divock Origi. He is, I mean, not taking away whatever he did for us in the past, but he is not a player like he used to be. To bring Origi in and take out Bobby Firmino was, in my opinion, doesn't make any sense. That I mean, what Divock Origi did for the last 2 or 3 minutes when he came in, I just don't get it. We were fighting for a winning goal. I don't know what was the logic behind that substitution. Even before that, why there were no changes at all when in the 70th minute or 65th minute? Because on paper we couldn't have asked for a better run of fixtures during this December period. In the last two seasons, we had much harder fixtures during December, and we passed it with flying colors. Compared to this season, December. I mean, everybody knows that we are building up to that United game at Anfield. So myself, like all other Liverpool fans, wanted a, a good solid lead in the table, like 4 or 6 points before we facing them. But now we are still top, but we have wasted the opportunity to go 4 points clear. And I'm not blaming Jurgen Klopp 100% here because uh, I would say our players, not everybody, but our few key players actually let us down. The the front players, the front three were very disappointing. Our midfield, probably due to the fatigue, the tightness, could be the reason. And at the back, we have injury crisis, and of course, like one of our topic later on about Trent performance. I mean, we have various reasons here, but Jurgen Klopp is one of it. So the thing is, of course, he's not taking the blame, and of course, at the same time, he's not putting the blame to the rest. But for me, to be objective here, I think as a fans, we all have the rights to criticize our gaffer, our manager, because nobody bigger than the club. No one bigger than the club. Jurgen Klopp not bigger than the club. Salah not bigger than the club. Mane not bigger than the club. In my opinion, I might face turmoil for this statement.
We
But
we will. We have and we will.
yeah, because literally the fan base divided to two after the Newcastle stalemate. I still haven't moved on from that West Brom game, to be very honest. not alone the Newcastle game. Yeah, I still haven't moved on from that West Brom game, because for the season we are having, for all the injury crisis and all the VR decision gone against us, we were still top. And after Man United's draw against Leicester, we had the opportunity to go 4 points clear, and then we play Newcastle. West Brom and Newcastle on paper, any season, it's considered it's a winnable fixture. It's a winnable fixture,
No doubt there. Yeah.
winnable fixture, and we at I mean we are, now we at current situation we are having a pretty good side. I mean, yes, Jota is missing, Van Dijk is missing, of course, but we somehow managed to cope up without them so far. Okay, if we went to City, or we went to United, or we went to Leicester and get a result like a 1-1 or a goalless draw, I'm okay with that. The frustrating part is West Brom, and West Brom, before they faced us, before they played us, they lost their probably their most important fixture of the season. They lost to their fiercest rival Aston Villa in the Midlands Derby at home, 3-0, and they lost to Leeds at home, 5-0, and today they lost to Arsenal 4-0, and they drew to defending champions. It's not, yes, Sam Allardyce and his records at Anfield, he always get the result against us. But I think it's all down to our mistake. From I would say the manager's decision, the players. I don't know whether it was a complacent or what. I don't know whether we took West Brom for granted, or this is just a walk in the park for us before the kickoff. Probably the mentality wasn't right. So that's it. We dropped 4 points, and that wasn't an ideal situation to end 2020, because
Okay.
2020
Okay. So
2020
I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna just show something that Puva brought up just now. Just look at the screen. This is what it was. This is what it was that day versus West Brom. 17 shots, 2 shots on target. 2 shots on target. Okay, so I just wanna, we, like I said, I'm being objective here against West Brom. 2 shots on target, and we get team scoring 3, 4, 5 goals, as what Puva said. Okay, so what do you think here, Ben? Your point of view here, following what Puva has said and what I just said.
I think, to be honest, the only game I would put, or I would put any blame on Jurgen Klopp for, and I will stick this. Bear in mind, I am very much a, if Jurgen says jump, I jump sort of guy. But I would say the West Brom game, yes, I 100% agree. I think we made that wrong. I do think there's an element of, I know that other sides have absolutely battered West Brom either side of our game, but I think, and it's something we're going to have to come up against for a while now. When sides come to Anfield, it's their FA Cup final, it's their Cup final, it's their Champions League final, whatever it is. So when West Brom, their first game under Allardyce against Villa, they were under turmoil. He's barely had any time with them. They're not organised. I mean, he had an extra week with us, and as you said, effectively parked the bus, but did what Allardyce does really well, has got them really organised, got them up for it, and they fought. Now, we went 1-0 up pretty early and couldn't break the deadlock. Now, I think, as you said, we should have taken a full advantage of that first half and gone on and done that. And that's down to the players. But I think there should have been a tactical change in performance, and the fact that we knew what West Brom were trying to do, which was what Allardyce always tries to do, any side tries to do against us, they try to keep it 1-0 or in the game up until 75 minutes, and then try and nick something via a set piece or just a mistake. We didn't see the game off. We should have killed it a lot earlier. And if we didn't I don't understand why we didn't change our tactic and go, well, we're going to play you at your game. We're going to hit you on the counter and give you the ball. Because you said we've got 78% possession and done nothing with it. So why haven't we gone? And I know it's probably what Jurgen Klopp's saying, it's not his way of football, but I think that's where we've got to be adaptable. And I think that's where Klopp's got to go, okay, we're 1-0 up, there's 30 minutes to go, you're the ones who have to make a move, have the ball. Let them have the ball, we get compact and hit them on the counter. Because we've got, devastating players on the counter, which I know we don't play that way, but we have got unbelievable talent on the counter. So I don't understand why we didn't change that. And that's where maybe tactical substitutions could have come into play and made some substitutions so we can hit on the counter. But on those substitutions, and again, we talked about it with Newcastle. We battered Newcastle, but just couldn't score. We were really, really poor in that department, and I think that's what cost us. I mean, if you look at the stats for Newcastle, I think we had 6 clear goal scoring opportunities, which if you take half of them, we win 3-0. You know, I don't think that's got to do with Jurgen Klopp. I think we continue to create chances throughout. I mean, Thiago came on, and we looked a different side. So he came on in the last 15 minutes. We have, I think, 4 of those 6 clear goal scoring opportunities. Actually, probably 7, because I think I'm forgetting the Bobby Firmino header in the first half. But he made that decision. So I think the Newcastle games, I would put that down to the players. And I know we're talking about Klopp here about what, is Klopp to blame. I would say Klopp was probably more to blame for the West Brom result, because I think he didn't make tactical decisions that could have helped improve our performance against them. I do still stick by that. You look at the results either side. I think it's very hard to look at our result in our, you got to look at actually effectively our result in isolation compared to the other ones, because of the fact that sides like Burnley, Sheffield United, West Brom, any of those sides in the bottom 6, 7 sides, they come to Anfield. They're going to play that way. They're going to make it difficult for us. Look, West Brom, we're 3-0 up against Chelsea in the first half at home. I know that's a long time ago. But, these sides are going to be more expansive at home. Probably, if I'm a betting man, I'd say West Brom have probably targeted the other games around us and thought we can probably win those games, and have probably been a bit more expansive. I mean, Allardyce fully probably expects to go to Anfield and not win. And that's why he was trying to, and that place set up that way. But that's down to Jurgen Klopp to do something. Now, you spoke about Divock Origi coming on for Firmino. That was within 4 minutes to go. In my opinion, that's too late a substitution anyway. If you're going to bring on a plan B effectively with a tall centre forward to be disruptive and annoying, you do that 15 minutes earlier. But I think Minamino is someone who I don't understand where that's not, why I've not made a substitution with him. If you're going to bring off Firmino, and you want to play the same way, you bring on Minamino. That's what I thought he was brought in for. But again, I'm not sure. But I do think we seem to be very, don't get me wrong, it's been successful for us, but we're very we play this way and that's how we play football. I do think we need to look at different ways, because I think when it comes in the future games, when we play United, United aren't so wide. I know they battered, they played a lot of the ball against Villa recently, but they will play and sit and let us have the possession and try and hit hits on the counter. So they'll play the same way effectively West Brom did, but in a more attractive fashion. United are rubbish when they have the ball. A lot of sides are rubbish when they have the ball. They're getting set up now to sit. So I don't understand why we haven't looked at that. Or whether we have, just unfortunately, the nature of the games is the players aren't adapting to it. I don't know. So I think that's what I'd say about Klopp, is that I think you should have rectified in that one game, recognise, right, it's not working what we're doing. We need to then go, right, you have the ball and change tactically. That's where I'd say Klopp probably needs to criticise. And the rest of the time, you can talk about several things. You look at substitutions. Well, realistically, what options has he got on the bench? Milner's only just come back. Naby Keita's made a glass. Joel Matip's made a glass. We haven't had much in the way of what he can do to change. As you said, we brought Divock Origi on. That's the one thing I think that's a bit of a strange one. Minamino definitely should have been brought on earlier. I mean, Shaqiri playing against Newcastle again. We spoke about this offline, but he came on for 3 minutes and didn't touch the ball. I mean, again, Shaqiri's somebody who needs 20 minutes to affect a game.
Yeah.
But I think again the issue is Klopp's not had the options there. We've had regular on the bench players like Leighton Clarkson, Jake Kane, where they're not game changers, and I think it's been hard for substitutions. But tactically, he could have made those changes, and he hasn't done. So yeah. I think the West Brom definitely, I would say Jurgen's got a little bit to answer for. I think he could have done something, because we did look a bit. I don't know if you guys watched the game in detail or I've watched it back since, and I have, and it's just it was a bit dull. I've not been bored in Liverpool game before, and that was the closest I've been to it.
I think Ben's being nice by saying it was dull. I think there's a whole lot of other synonymous words that we can use there that are far worse to describe what the game was. Okay, thanks, Ben. Let's go here to the man who's got 12,000 followers on his YouTube channel here, Mr. Sir Fahmi. Sir Fahmi, what do you think about all this? And you've got a lot of followers. I think you had a show on Friday with 100 overviewers, 1,000 views. And what were they saying? I think a lot of what Ben said here is correct. A lot of teams go to Anfield. they decide to park the bus and they aim for set pieces. That's all they can do. That's all they can do. Let's be honest. You can't do anything else in Anfield at this current point of time. But at the same time, it was said that you can't come to Anfield and think you're going to park the bus and we're not going to break through it. And it just didn't work. It didn't quite work in the last couple of games. So, Sir Fahmi, what is your view on this? Like I said, the criticism on Klopp has come on, as what Puva said, over the last couple of matches. And it's not been criticism from day one. It's not been criticism from any specific point of time. Like I said, it's objectively on games that we have seen to have failed. Okay, and I feel not getting the full points against West Broms and Newcastle's, I believe we failed. But it's fine to fail. It's not wrong to fail, but we can be objective about it. So, Sir Fahmi, what do you think?
Okay, thank you, Puba. No, sorry. Thank you, Sana. Okay, and also Happy New Year to everyone here. Okay, so actually, when we talk about two matches, two previous matches that we supposedly we win, because that one actually the features that we call them as winnable game. So actually, when we won, if we won that game, actually the current table changes in terms of point, and now we have we actually at par with MU. So MU chase us, okay, very very fast because of not because of they are really good. Yes, they are really good, but at the same time, what happened to Liverpool actually very very bad. Very very bad. Why? Because how come? Okay, I think Klopp know really well because he's been here. He's been in Premier League for 5 years, I think, right? So he knows whatever teams come to Anfield, they will defend well, and also they really hope for the counter attack, and you have to stand by for that. Okay, this team actually they know they cannot score against Liverpool when they play open play. They cannot score. So what they do actually they have to use set piece. So when they use the set piece, and maybe before the game, the coach will tell the team, so against Liverpool we cannot attack them like we play against Sheffield United. No, we have to use the tactic like set piece. Okay, so if you get corner, make sure we make use them. Okay, maybe they train well corner before they play. They train set piece like free kicks. Okay, free kicks. If you have free kicks, okay, maybe later on, okay, the ball hit the hand, right, the hand, and also VAR says okay penalty, so penalty. So we can score against Liverpool without struggling. Actually, without struggle so much. We just sit back, okay, sit back, and then we just counter, and we get the set piece. And for your information, when West Brom got corner kick, I got something wrong here. In my heart, I got something wrong. I think about maybe this West Brom can get goal. Apparently, that one become true, become true. West Brom get goal. That's from my guts, okay. And yes, if I play Liverpool, if I were Sam Allardyce, I will say to my players, you attack Liverpool and make sure you got set piece, whatever set piece offered to you, okay, penalty, free kick, and you less fatigue because you defend, but you can steal points from Liverpool. So that's actually the only tactics, I think, but very frustrating. Yeah,
very frustrating. Okay. Let's go into the comments here. Kishan is just saying hi, Pova. He's being humble. Very good boy, Kishan, today. Brian is fully backing Klopp. Shouldn't be taking a point at all, to be honest. Okay, all right. Shout out to Punita. Wow. First female speaker, Talk, Lady Power. Yeah, conspiracy. Well done.
Okay, thank you.
Punita, do you have anything to say about this about Klopp and the last few matches? Let's hear from you. Just top of your mind.
I honestly believe in Klopp we trust. It's cheesy, but I do believe in Klopp we trust. I get frustrated, and I can't stand the 3 minute, 4 minute before the end of the match. He changes the forward, and I don't see the point. But at the end of the day, I have blind trust and faith in him because it's worked before. And sometimes he has his own weird reasons, and that's why I don't complain so much. But yeah, that part I can't understand. And like not taking Salah out. And I used to wonder there was another match where Salah didn't fancy being coming out. He made such a fuss. And Mane used to do that as well. So I don't know if that is the reason, but yeah, taking out players at changing at the last 3-4 minutes to go. That's the craziest bit I can't understand. But otherwise, I'm with Klopp.
Okay, all right. Too many Klopp fans, our Klopp fans here, like hardcore, like they would sell their soul for Klopp kind of people over here. Like, good to know. We've got Brian here being very objective. Klopp put out his fittest sides against West Brom Newcastle. Incisiveness was what we lacked. Brian, that's I'm gonna let Imran take this because you're buddy. But you say he put out the fittest sides, but we're talking about the fittest sides here who are absolutely fatigued and mentally, physically tired and really worn out. So incisiveness, what we lacked. Midfielders lacking incisiveness. Yep. This has forced our front line to come deep, try fashion their own chances. We have missed the fit Keita. I don't think we've missed the fit Keita. We've never seen such a thing as a fit Keita. Fit Oxlade, fit Shaq, fit Thiago. They are brick breakers that can make the difference. I know. So why is he not playing Shaq a bit more, Oxlade a bit more? Okay, Thiago is going to definitely play a lot more, I think, hopefully. We have re-signed him at the end of December the other day. And so, Imran, what do you think here?
Hi guys. I pretty much echo what Brian says. I'm on the camp that I totally trust Klopp. Okay, this season is like no other. The way Klopp plays, the players need rest. That's the style that we are known from his Dortmund days and what he has seen. He keeps on going about the 5 subs rule. There's a reason why he does that, but people criticize he doesn't make the substitution. There's also a reason why he doesn't make many substitutions because our squad depth, they are most of the time injured. You need to take that into consideration. We do have players on paper, but they are never there on the bench properly fit to go. Like what Brian mentioned, there's Ox, Keita, Shaq. These are the guys, yes, they are supposed to be our squad players, but they are not there to help us when we need them the most during this period. Yes, our first teamers are fully jaded and they need the support from the squad. And that's the reason we brought in Jota and Thiago, especially 2 key players who would have helped during this month. But unfortunately, both of them got injured. If they had been around, these draws would have been 100% converted into wins. We can see the impact Thiago made when he came on, right? Yeah, so Jota would have come in for each of our front 3 in this period, and he would have definitely made a change, like the goal he scored against Brighton, right? Yeah. So luck wasn't on our side. So, of all the issues that we have had, it's good to know that we are still top. Same points with our rivals. In fact, I'm more concerned about Man City than Manchester United. They are creeping up. They are winning without conceding goals, and they haven't even hit top gear yet. So watch out for them. And I think that's the team that we should be fully wary about. As for our other rivals, yes, they will have their time, now and then. But there's one thing that I'll be fully concerned will be Pep and team. Yeah, so I have no concern at all. Yes, of course, Klopp should have made a few substitutions earlier, but he didn't have the players apart from Takumi. Yeah, he's the one who could have come up, but against physical West Brom, Big Sam always has won us. Sometimes it goes beyond the form. He's the last manager to beat our home record, and he came back to disrupt our 100% win record at home this Premier League season. So nothing to worry. We can only move upwards from here in terms of our form. So just be positive. Of course, we have a lot of complaints from fans, but when things go wrong, there'll be always complaints. But when things go well, these guys who complain may just keep quiet. Yeah, so that's my take.
I think I think like I said, I think what me and Puva are trying to say, we don't disagree with a lot of the points that have been shared, not just in this group here, but by also a large amount of fan bases out there and fans out there. It's just that we're top of the league. I don't know where we have been otherwise for the last few seasons, and it's not that we're not appreciating being top of the league, but as I said on the last comment, we said on the last Footy Talk show, if you guys were watching, we said that we are enabling the other teams to be in the race at this point, and not instead of slowly stretching and taking it away, which typically what league winners would do. Not that this is not going to be a run till the end where there'll be a few teams in it. Obviously, it's going to be like that kind of a season, but these are games that we have to really be objective. If we don't get points, like I said, these kind of teams, they come to Liverpool, the best they hope is to steal a point. And when they go against, and why West Brom suddenly, get whacked against the other team, because they fancy taking 3 points against the other teams, and then they play an open game, they get exposed, they get whacked, Unfortunately, Arsenal's one of those teams today that they fancy their chances and they play an open game and they get whacked. What we do is against the top teams, like take it from how a lot of the champions have done against the top teams. They play very critically. They try to do their best to secure a point instead of going out there winning it. And against the teams outside of the top 5, top 6, they go objectively and try to win. They really try to win, and they got to get the points. So, respectfully, I do think that our strategies would have been to try to get all 3 points in these last few matches, but we have not done it. So, I think there's nothing. We all love Klopp, okay, but it's a bit mind-boggling that at this current point of time, there have been evidently decision-making that was a bit off. And it's just a bit mind-boggling that some people don't agree. Fair, we can agree to disagree, agree to agree. It's fine, but it's just not warranted. People don't want it. I think there's a group of people that really need to go to Twitter and see. People actually started a Klopp Out Twitter page. You will not believe that. You will not believe that, and that's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to say, is it getting to him? We're trying to understand what's happening with Klopp. Is the pressure getting to him? I'm sure all of you here also know that over the last few seasons, the all smiley and happy-go-lucky Klopp, no matter whatever up and down happens in a match, he's always going to be cool. You've not seen that guy this season, have we? We've not seen him this season. He's not very optimistic as he usually is. He's not very jovial as he usually is. You can see. So is it pressure that's getting to him? That's all. We're just trying to analyze what's happening to him. I do believe their questions need to be asked. Question needs to be asked. If the questions don't be asked on these kind of games, when should we ask it? There are days that Klopp also makes funny decisions, but when we are winning, we're already winning, right? So we don't ask it on those days. But on these days where it should have been critical points lost, I just believe questions can be asked. I just believe. I think me and Puva do believe that. We can actually do that. Let's move on here. Dave, please tell me, where has Trent gone? Because I don't know whether he's stuck in anyone's pocket, but he's just not running the right wing as much as we used to see him magically do. What do you think, Dave, has gone on with Trent? Is it the whole Salah speaking out against the captaincy thing that's got to him? Didn't appreciate that, or what? Is this just purely a slump?
Well, first of all, Happy New Year, everyone. Well, Trent is not CV Highway, or he's not a Steve Finnan or any world-class right back that you're looking at. But he's one of the best Premier League own product, or we can say that he's a Liverpool own product. He's being the best right back at the moment. But I personally believe that the recent injuries could have affected his performance at the moment, or he's limiting himself. He's trying to limiting himself, not to losing the possession, or when you go up and down. I mean, on the flanks, you are actually trying to create chances for the players to have an opportunity to score. But I think that he's more concerned about being backing off into that position, and that is actually being an issue for him ever since he joined, or he started playing on the right side of the pitch. And I believe that the reason injuries, as I said earlier, the reason injuries could be the um, uh, the reason that actually he lost his magic actually. So it's it won't be long. It won't be long, but I feel that he'll be back anytime sooner. And the next game, I mean, we're going to talk about it later. So the next game is going to be a starting point for him, or even trying to pick up where he left off the last season, or even before he went off for injuries. So he still have that lump and zest. So, but I don't see any issues with him. But it's just that how the fans look at the contributions that he actually putting up on the pitch. So if you see it in a negative point of view, then you might not get to see what he's actually contributing to the team or squad. If you're looking at the positive side of positive view of what he's actually contributing to the team, then you'll be actually happy. Right? Okay, he's gonna do fine. He's gonna get it up in the next match. So I don't see any problems with him at the moment. But it seems like the fan base seems to have a lot of opinions to criticize everyone for some minor things. It's not like a major issue, but I think he'll do good right after the new year. So let it be a good start for him this season. I mean, this year.
Okay. Let's go to Imran. Imran, very quickly. I remember a time of day in football or any sport for that matter, where when you don't, I think it was a few games ago that Trent had a record of losing the ball. He lost the ball remember one of the matches he came out and vented his frustration. He lost the ball 20 times. 20 times. And you still have the neck to show that you're upset about this. So and since then, what has he really produced? Yeah, couple of outstanding passes, no doubt. That's your quality today. You want to be called the best in the world. You gotta be that should be a norm. But have you been effective enough in terms of producing chances for your front three? Here's where we go. And lackluster running back as per always. I guess that's what we have to live with because of the quality he gives going front. But do you think that it's getting to his head, Imran? Do you think that maybe with all the gambles we're willing to take, do you think that it's time to just sit him out for a couple of games and tell him to just reflect on his game and watch somebody else there try to do their best in place of him? And he'll either see somebody playing as good as him on his off day or somebody doing better than him. So what do you think, Imran?
Okay, as for Trent, right, I think you would have seen in terms of the heat map, he's not been much involved compared to his compatriot on the other flank. Andy Robertson has been bombing down the left more than he used to do in the past. So maybe you may have to see it from a tactical point of view. Klopp is asking Andy Robertson to attack more. In fact, you can see him taking more corners. We are going for the corner that's going to dip in from both from the left and the right. So there's also a tactical switch from Klopp in how his fullbacks play now. And of course, as for Trent, he hasn't been fully fit. And he has shown glimpses, like in the game against Palace, where he produced one of his trademark passes. But apart from that, yes, as what you mentioned, he has lost the ball. And it's a good point that Klopp making captain probably to boost his confidence as well. We have seen Trent giving like probably a 6 out of 10 matches, maybe once a while a 7 out of 10, whereas Andy Robertson has been going at 8 to 9 out of 10, each game. So there's only one way forward for Trent, and hopefully 2021 will be a good one for him. And I do believe he will come back much stronger. He's a very emotional player. Like, when he doesn't do well, he really shows it at the end of the game. But he's still young. It's something that we tend to, forget. He is still very, very young. And young players will have their dip in form. And he's been very young that this is very normal. So just give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm sure he will be fine.
Okay, all right. Let's go to Punita here. Punita, I think we've got one comment here that I just wanted you to what do you think here from Brian, a fellow Singaporean, your own countryman? Salah's form is an indirect effect of Trent missing his mojo. They were the Batman and Robin for Liverpool's right flank prior to Trent's post-injury. Well, so what do you think here? I really don't know what to make of this, because on one side, Salah went berserk over the armband, captain's armband, and then on here, Brian saying that the form is reflective of Trent missing mojo, or is it the other way around? Which we'll go into detail in the next topic when we talk about Salah. But what do you think here on Trent?
I don't totally agree with Brian, but I agree with this. Someone who posted a while earlier, he shared something saying that he's injured. So I think he's still coming back. Trent is still coming back from his injury. It takes a while to get into the swing of things. And the other thing, the reason I feel is that, Boniface, yes. The other thing I feel is that without Van Dijk as centre back, I get the feeling it's like Trent doesn't feel so confident running up as much as he used to. Or maybe like someone else said earlier, sorry, forgot your name, that he's been asked to, not run up as much as he used to, because he's not doing that as much as he did anymore. So maybe he feels less confident leaving the back, and then he's not running up down the wing as much as he used to. That's the thing. And the third thing I feel is that our midfield isn't what it used to be. It's not so stable anymore. There's a lot of switching around and going back and forth and changes and all, and fit, like you said, fit Keita, not fit Keita. And then there's also Curtis Jones. So he's been put in the midfield quite a lot. And I think it's not so stable. And I think Trent is reacting to all of this. And I'm pretty sure he's going to come back. He's going to come back, yeah. It's just start of the year, so he'll be there.
He has to come back. He's got many years ahead of him, I think. Let's go quickly to Sir Fahmi here before we go on to the next topic to wrap up on Trent. The kid's young, so like I said, the thing here as fans, like what Puva said, the fan bases are being divided because of all the glory or whatever. I think we really need to understand that there's nothing wrong in criticizing. There's really nothing wrong in criticizing, but it's all positive and objective. We do not want bad outcomes from here. Criticism doesn't mean we want the player to be out. We don't want to sell we have not gone on and say sell the guy. That's what we do with United. We tell them to sell Pogba every week or something like that. But this is being objective. So, Sir Fahmi, what is your view on Trent's current? He's currently stuck in a nutshell. What do we do about this?
Okay, so as for Trent, I think a bit shaky. I think quite shambles. So if you play football like that, because you are the best right back now in the world, and you are the costliest right back, so you have to show something. Maybe because of the cost, the burden quite big, Okay, and then every time he put on the pitch, so he has to play like before. actually for this season, okay, after the Salah comment about the captaincy, I think as for Salah, he cannot do that for the teammate, because you know the harmony. We have to keep them. We have to keep up. So we know you are a star, but without Trent, you are nothing. So actually, you have to respect Trent become captain, and you cannot say like that. Okay, if I were Trent, also I would upset. So it's not I will not blame Trent, you know, if he feeling something bad. So Salah, actually, Trent play, okay, on his side, right? So he need Trent, you know, he need Trent, okay, and then he has to motivate Trent, okay. But how? Okay, you cannot criticize the captaincy or what, okay? Because I think Trent now, maybe he has to do defensive work, maybe more, because of the uh, injury, for Van Dijk. Okay, so the burden switch to him. So for Trent now, when I see the game, okay, he still have the cross, okay, he still do that, his magic, not really magic, but he still trying to be, passing the ball, and somehow when the ball reach to the striker will blast that ball, balloon the ball, right? So they want actually, okay, if Trent give to Salah very good ball and Salah balloon that ball. You want to blame Salah or want to blame Trent, or you want to blame Klopp, right? Of course, I will blame Salah. Okay, uh, Trent still young. I don't worry about that. Okay, but the off day, we call off day for Trent. I hope it's not very long. I think for short spell. So, but for free kick tackle, I still believe in him. Free kick tackle, okay? In front of the goal, I still believe in Trent, okay? But maybe if we I think he has something to do with Salah comment about the captaincy, and that one will remain here. And maybe you can see the smiley face, okay? When Salah, Trent see me talking, smile, but deep in the in Trent heart is something wrong, I think. So Salah cannot do that. Cannot do that.
Okay. All right. So I think that's just the cue that we needed to get into this next topic here, which is about Salah. But before I get into that, I just want to very quickly show some Twitter reactions here. Some good laughs we can have here, you guys. Since Salah moaned about TAA captaincy a couple of games ago, he's not had a decent game yet. So that probably says Trent has been going and doing some voodoo on him instead of practicing, because he's not had a decent game since this. This was on Twitter. I'm not going to share, the account, the handle, to protect the people over there. The other one, Salah missed a wonderful chance. People always skip Salah misses. He's like Timo Werner, he misses as much as they score. And people say he scores many, so it's fine. Werner also scores a lot. So objectives, yeah. So as I said, objective over here. We're gonna hear some good ones from Ben and Puva. We're gonna let Ben go for it first.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think it's misplaced expectation or misplaced faith. Mo Salah is our top goal scorer. I think if you look at the stats, he's quicker than anyone else to all these different records. I think, and I do at times, because I think I've been on the previous podcast and spoke about how I think Mane is more important to our play than Salah is, even though Salah is a better goal scorer. So I probably even undervalue him myself. But I don't think we have, or Klopp is putting too much blind faith in him. Salah's still creating opportunities. Yes, he's missing a lot, and I don't agree with that Werner comment at all. Werner's hasn't scored for 8 games, so he's missed a hell of a lot more than Salah has. Salah scored 2 against Palace for a start, which was only a couple of games ago. But saying that, I think, and this is an interesting comment I had with a friend of mine a couple of days ago, actually, a United fan, actually, and he was trying to argue Salah's point. I was actually arguing against him, which was an interesting one. But Mo Salah, I can't remember now. Please correct me if anyone finds it I'm wrong. Since his year when he got 40 in the year, obviously he scored a lot of goals, but I haven't seen, or I don't remember him scoring the winning goal in a game where it was 0-0, we nicked it 1-0, or it was 1-0 and he nicked it the death at 2-1. All his goals come from when we were already leading. So, for instance, United last year scoring the second goal. Don't get me wrong, unbelievable finish, unbelievable goal. But I think he hasn't dug us out of a situation. Like, for instance, that Newcastle game where we really needed him to score. We needed that goal, didn't come up with it. Against Palace, he scores 2 and we're already 3-4-0 up. He scores a lot when we are either already up or ahead, and he capitalizes on that brilliantly. But I just don't see him digging us out of a hole. A bit like sort of in much I don't particularly rate. I'm not a big fan of Harry Kane, but Harry Kane seems to dig them out of a hole a lot. Aguero dug City out of a hole a lot. Calvert-Lewin digs Everton out of a hole. Don't get me wrong, Salah is class and quality. I think he is very wasteful, though. Not as anywhere near as wasteful as Werner, but I just don't remember him when we're scrapping at 0-0. We need a goal. I can't remember since his first season, since that year when he got 40. I don't remember him scoring that winner at 1-0, or being 1-0 and him digging us out and getting us to 2-1.
But you remember Origi doing it though.
Origi's done it, and I'm not saying that's a good point. It doesn't mean just because you don't do that doesn't mean you're not class. But I just mean, like, when you're our front hitter, our main man, we need someone to do that. And I don't remember him doing it. But I do think, Klopp's got to go with him. He is statistically one of our best goal scorers of all time. You've got to back him. I know we talk about fatigue, mental fatigue, playing a lot, but again, they look at these. They use the science. They look at the red zone, and obviously Mo Salah keeps falling into it. If we look across any of the seasons we've got, Mo Salah plays more than any other forward that we've got because of the fact that he recovers quicker. So, I don't know. I know Vinod's put a good point about do all the stats get to his head? And does it seem he's big in the club? I don't know about that. I don't think he ever seems like a sort of bloke to think he's bigger than the club. I don't know if the stats are getting to his head, but he is very wasteful. And I know there's this big comment about how he's very selfish compared to Mane and Firmino. And I know he's annoyed Mane quite a bit in the past. I remember Burnley last year, they had a big blow up because of it. And there's an element you need to be selfish.
I think Ben, I just need to interrupt you here and put a very objective question through to you, which has been bothering a lot of people here. And that's the thing. We're all Liverpool fans. It's not about whether it's Mane or Salah. These things it's not binary. It's both of them. We love both of them. We want both of them to really have a good season after good season, seasons of their life, and we do the unthinkable year in, year out. That's what we want to do. But here's actually there's a comment right here. It's the rare occasion that Kishan gives us a very objective comment. So when he's on a bad run, which he is, he's that good, he's that great. So for me, 3-4 games and your dip in performance, it's a bad run. What do you do? Do you still play him? Or do you think you go up and tell him, like, hey, mate, I think this bad run's not good for you. It's just going to be a bit more frustrating. So why not you take a bit more on the arrested side and let someone else start. You come in the second half and try to do a little bit and slowly get your mojo back. Is that what you do, with a player like that? Or you just, you know what, Salah, you're just too great. I don't care about your slump. Play every game. Start every game. Play 89 minutes. What do you do?
There's a couple of things here. First thing first, we had the same thing with Roberto Firmino. Okay, everyone's saying Firmino's not scoring goals, but Klopp's talking about the wider performance. I'm not trying to say that he's having the same effect as Firmino does on the game, because Firmino does obviously a lot of different work to what Salah does. But Salah, although he's not scoring, is he affecting the game in a different manner like Firmino is? Is it for the fact that although he's not scoring goals, is he still having a positive effect on the team, doing all the different work, creating space for Mane and Firmino? So there's that potential option there. So Klopp could be looking at it and going, yes, you may not be scoring as many goals as you have in the past, but you are doing a job for the team in a different way, which no one else can do. So there's that potential there. The second thing I'd look at is the fact that, again, looking at injuries, who have we got to replace him? Now, I said, I think I've said to you earlier, is that Minamino is someone who obviously scored, had a bit of confidence at Palace and started ahead of Salah in that game. So, could you look at playing Minamino? instead of Salah. Not saying long term, but could that be something that he could have started and could have built on his performances? Again, has Salah played poorly other than his finishing? Could you say that he's got himself in positions? Yes, I'm his biggest critic about his finishing. I think he's very wasteful compared to what he could be. Again, he's a good goal scorer, but he does miss a lot. But then you also say, well, okay, he's not playing badly. He's getting in those positions. He's eventually going to stick it away. Someone like, if you listen, the best quote ever is Michael Jordan. If any of you guys have seen The Last Dance, Michael Jordan talks about, I had to miss 10,000 shots before I was perfected. Compared to every shot I score, I missed so many. Salah's going to miss some. He's going to get in positions. I mean, I still am very critical about the opportunities he misses. But, is he playing poorly because he hasn't scored? That's the thing I've got to look at. I do think that Minamino should be given an opportunity, should be given an opportunity more, whether it was against West Brom or Newcastle. But, I don't know if it is a case of he is just playing poorly. I think he's on a goal scoring run rather than that. But even again, I'm going to contradict myself here. He scored 2 goals 2 games ago. He scored 2 goals in 3 games. If you look at it,
he's the leading scorer in the league.
Okay. What was that?
He's the leading scorer in the league.
Exactly. And that's what I mean. That's why you look at it and go, is he in a goal scoring rut? Well, I know, okay, yes, he hasn't scored for 2 games, but I guess that's the expectation we put on him. But, I think it's just, I look at it, probably think that Klopp's probably looking at him going, he's getting positions, he's creating stuff, he's creating space for everyone else, and that's why we're sticking with him. I don't think it's misplaced trust. I think he is we've got to respect the fact that what he's doing. But I said I will still personally criticize him a little bit in the fact that I think he is very wasteful. In the fact that I put it in those 2 opportunities against Newcastle, and I know I'm very fixated on those 2 opportunities because I think they were massive. If you put Lewandowski in that situation, Ronaldo, Messi, Aguero, 4 of probably the best goal scorers of the last 10 years, they all score those. They score one, if not one of 2. Don't get me wrong, Salah again is a good goal scorer, but too often we see him in those opportunities.
Nah, that's the thing, man. I think you're not saying anything wrong, and we're not getting you wrong at all. The guy is brilliant, right? But if it's like what you said, right? Like when we need those goals to go in, and it's a deadlock, you want to break it, you've got to just somehow score. He hasn't done it as often as others. With that, let's see what I'm going to let Puva answer this and take on his views. No one on the bench might trouble Salah. Having someone there, Puchin, we create more urgency. Maintain. For now, he's comfortable. Is he really comfortable, Puva, or is it something else?
Sort of. I think he's comfortable because we don't have a player with the same quality as Salah on the bench. That's the fact. Probably we can put Shaqiri there, but we all know that Shaqiri can't start the game, or he can play for 70, 80 minutes, or even a whole game. That's the issue here. But for me, I totally agree with what Ben said just now, and that's what I've been telling for past 2-3 seasons. Okay, I never seen Salah won a game for us on his own, or he scored a goal where we badly need a goal. Like Bobby has done it, Mane has done it, even Origi has done it. But please, someone let us know. I mean, correct if we are wrong. Is there any game Salah, when we are drawing 1-1, or we need a goal, or it's still goalless, or he scored in a dying minute, that was the winning goal? Can anyone tell? I don't think so. He scored in the Champions League final.
Yeah, well, Puva, I think that's the biggest point. You're right. That's what I was saying. Since that year where you had 40 goals, if you look back to when we went, the trip to Kiev, on the route to Kiev, Roma, went and banged in 2 goals. City away, we're 1-1. We need to get a goal to kill the game. He scored in the Champions League. That season he was incredible. He popped up with goals. Leicester were losing 1-0, scored 2 goals. We win 2-1. That's the thing. I think Salah hasn't done that sort of thing for us for a long time. for 3 years, and that's where I'm a bit like, last year Norwich away, Mane scored to win us a game, and nick us that game.
Villa away. Aston Villa away.
Yeah. So it's just, that's the frustrating thing for me, is you got a guy who scores a lot of goals, but he's doing it when we're already on top and just consolidating victories. He's not going out there and making the difference. And that's the reason why I put Mane ahead of Mo Salah. That's just me. Sorry.
Yep. So I think then there's another one too from Boniface, good one. Salah little, although he's not scoring, doing a job very good. He involves, not good creating space. Newcastle game is not the real Salah. Maybe distracted by the media. Distracted by the media.
By the way, I'm not so sure whether the news going on that he actually mourned about the captaincy, was it really real? Was it really true? Or it was misinterpreted in the media.
I reckon the misinterpretation is the big thing. Is you look at how bad the media are for that. Like, he's probably been asked about it and said, you've been overlooked as captain. He's probably said, look, yeah, I was disappointed, but that happens. And the media have probably turned that into Salah is kicking off. He's unhappy. I mean, I think very rarely do there are times obviously it happens, but I don't really think footballers can be distracted by media. I mean, only when it's like, the only time I could see that is if someone from a side like, I don't know, say a Wilf Zaha, for instance, someone on a Palace side where he's being linked with a big Champions League move, that potentially could distract him. But I think somebody who's at the best club in the world already, they're world champions, I know they're not European champions anymore, but they're world champions, with the best sides in Europe, to be linked with Real Madrid, that's just natural. That should be something he's used to. So I don't think he can be distracted by the media. I think that he might be a bit upset about how his words have been misinterpreted, but I don't think that's probably affecting him too much. But I think he definitely is doing more for the side than people respect. I think I slag him off for his goal, his missing his opportunities, but Firmino, we allowed Bobby Firmino 9 months of scoring 5 goals. And everyone was like, but he does so much because Jurgen Klopp backed him. Now, we kind of, that's got to fall in place for other players. There's Sadio Mane's first year at the football club scored loads of goals and then scored barely any compared to Salah and Salah's first year. Well, was there potential that most sides would panic about Mane, so they banned Mane out of it, allowing Salah to score those goals? Then Salah had a ridiculous good year, and then Mane had the next year. You've got teams are going to start picking out Mo Salah and going, right, well, we've got to keep him out of the game and keep him quiet. So that's creating space elsewhere. So I agree, I think he created his space. He was very good against Newcastle. He got himself in situations, but he's just got to score. But I think you're right. I think the media probably have played this out of order because it's not been as well documented over here. There was a small piece about him being a captaincy, but it's not been heavily played on or anything like that. But I can't buy footballers being distracted by the media 9 times out of 10. I think if they are, that's really weak. And I'd only accept it if someone from a smaller club was being linked with a massive move to a Champions League side, because that is big for them. And they're probably thinking, I want to go, but my club won't let me go. Someone like Zaha is a good example because the fact they're going, we're not, they got to pay ridiculous money. He's probably getting frustrated. Whereas, we've shown that, and Salah's shown that he's good enough to be anywhere, and that, money talks and all that sort of stuff. So he shouldn't be, there should be no sort of distraction there, really.
Okay. Puva, any last thoughts on Salah before we move on to the next topic? What are your hopes right now, being someone who's very objective about Salah, and he has not turned up, and we're going into a period that is going to be very, very crucial coming up. So what are your thoughts on last words on Salah, maybe?
I think Salah, in a way, reminds me of Ian Rush those days, because when I grew up supporting Liverpool, the haters, especially from United fans, used to ask me, yes, Ian Rush is the greatest goal scorer Liverpool ever had, but how many goals he actually scored against Man United? That's the first question they always ask me. Answer is only 2 or 3. out of 360 plus goals he actually scored against us. I think Salah pretty much fall under the same category here. I'm not saying here that Rian Rice actually wasted chances as well, but here my only hope is Salah has to step up when it really matters. I'm fine with him scoring goals, 2 goals, 3 goals. Like Crystal Palace that day, we are already leading 3 or 4 before he came in. So he came in and scored 2 goals. Fine, I'm fine with that, and that's the reason why he always end up scoring for the last 3.5 season. He always there, top 2, top 3 in the league when it comes to goal scoring. But my question is, where was Salah when it really matters? When we really want him to step up and score goals? That's where the frustrating part coming in. People might think that I'm a money fan, and then that's why I'm coming with this kind of comparison. But no, no. Whenever Salah missed those chances as well, I've criticized him, and I think everyone should do that. Okay, we love Salah and Mane equally. I mean, end of the day, it's Liverpool. The club comes first, and we love all our players. But when, like Ben mentioned just now, 3-4 chances. If it was Ronaldo, Messi, Aguero, even Robin, put Robin at that place. Someone similar to Salah is a winger. Put Messi in that position in the Newcastle game. 3-4 clear-cut chances. Do you guys think they would have missed those chances? At least convert one. I think they would have converted at least one. That how I would summarize this. This is difficult, man, because we love Salah. We love Salah, and we appreciate whatever he has done for the club. And still, I believe statistically, the best finisher we have for the past 3-4 seasons. And my only hope is I really hope he step up when it really matters. That's what I need. Like, see, we have difficult games coming in now. Southampton away and Man United home. I really hope Salah score, and even without scoring, I want him to have that impact in the game. Like Newcastle, we can clearly see his first touch was poor. The first chance, I think we should credit the Newcastle goalkeeper. That was brilliant save. And I never seen Salah dribble past a keeper and score. I mean, he never done that regularly. Like, he always want to finish it at first glance. That's the problem with Salah, I think. We can clearly see how Robben finishes chances, how Messi finishes chances, and we can clearly see it with Salah. They are different players, but Salah is now a world-class player. That's why he's linked with clubs like Real Madrid. I don't know whether that was another reason why his form dropped a little bit. I don't know whether it got turned by those news linking it with Real Madrid. Like Klopp said, why our players need to leave us apart from the weather of Liverpool? I don't get it. We have everything else. We have everything. Like, we are much better side compared to those 2 Spanish clubs who always people mention as 2 bigger clubs in the world football. I don't think anyone could leave Liverpool at the moment.
Yeah, very small in the current times.
So that's the thing here. I really hope Salah don't get disrupted by those reports or those because I can clearly see that Real Madrid started to rebuild. I think they started to go into the next phase. I can see that David Alaba, they after David Alaba, I think Pogba will leave and join Real Madrid as well. I don't know whether Salah have this kind of information coming from his agent. I don't know. I just don't know. But there might be something going on. But I don't mind if he leave Liverpool Football Club. We all know that he's reaching his 30. Someday he will leave. He's not gonna be with us forever. Let's be real with that. For me, until you are here wearing that red shirt, please put your 100% to the club. And please, I really hope I really hope you will prove me wrong. And also, Ben, I really hope a Champions League final or semi-final when we really need a goal, that winning goal. I really hope Salah go and score. I don't want penalties, please. I know he's in penalty duty.
I just the last point I got on it, I just wanted to say because I completely forgot about this earlier. But talk about the expectations we put on Salah about being our main man. If we look back, so since I started following football, right? So we've had Fowler, Owen, Torres, Suarez. So those four I talk about, right? So even you go back far as Rush before that. So those five, okay? Those five strikers were our best strikers at that time and were lethal. All five of those came up with massive goals at massive opportunities and times.
They dug deep.
And we were very blessed with those. Now, we at the time, other than probably Suarez and Torres to an extent when we had that run into nearly win the league in 08, 09, I think it was. We were a poor, not a poor, but we weren't with the titles. But those guys came up with massive goals at massive times and changed games. Now we're winning regularly. I think it's probably overlooked, and then we're top of the league. Is now being overlooked that we don't. Salah, although as you said, he's scoring all his goals, he's not doing the same thing. So we've had those guys beforehand, and that's why they're so revered. Mo Salah is an absolute and always will be a legend of the football club because of what he's done and winning the leagues and stuff. But for me to be revered in the same light as those five names, although those five names have not won anything compared to him, which sounds really harsh when he's won so much more, but those five at massive times dug us out of holes. Salah hasn't, bar his first year, hasn't done that. So that's the reason why, again, I think with Pooga, I agree with you. It's like he just needs to be revered as one of the greats.
Yeah.
He needs to again have another couple of years where, or even one more year where he just digs us out of a hole. And I think if he'd done it, even if he'd not got 40 goals, only get 15 goals a year, all those 15 it was 0-0 or 1-1, he'd be revered as one of the absolute greats of the football club. That's where I think compared to those guys.
All right. Thanks, Ben and Puva, who I really wanted to focus on the Salah topic, both of them. I think the right people who can objectively focus on it. Before we just go on to Sir Fahmi, I think just to cap up what Ben and Puva has said, there's going to be a group of people who are in agreement with what's said here, a bunch of people on the fence, and then there's going to be a bunch of people saying, no, this criticism on Salah is just misplaced. It's just wrong. It's unacceptable. The man's allowed to have a couple of bad games, and if Liverpool suffers, so what? So there's going to be some people over there. But all in all, we are all of good faith. We've got people on the right side of the fence, on the fence, left side of the fence, all with good faith here, wanting the best from Salah. I think what people need to see is start projecting to the end of the season, and if we're really going to be in what could have been situation, what do we do then? So if we don't do the critique now, if we don't be objective now, what's the point of reaching an end of the season which is either going to be glorious or we're going to be what could have been? What's the point in doing it then? So I think we need to start really thinking far and coming back to where we are. So thanks on that on Salah. We will catch up more on Salah in the coming shows. Let's move on here to Sir Fahmi. I think it's well known about this February-March dip, the jinx, where we kind of lose a track a little bit that time. Okay, because we're getting closer to the end of the season. That means you're that much closer to, if you're really in the run, you're that much closer to closing off the silverware. So you kind of slip up. We've seen it happen, towards the end of January, February. You've seen it really happen. So that's a critical period here. With our injuries, with our current issues that's happening, I think there are a lot of issues going on within the club. January transfer window coming in, is that going to be the solution to avoid this possible February-March jinx in a dip of performance that is potential? I'm not saying there will be. Potentially it could be. So if it's not the transfer window, what do we got to do? How can we do this? Because February, March is also when international football comes back, and a lot of the European football is going to continue. So, Sir Fahmi, what do you think? You're on mute. Can't hear you.
Okay, sorry guys. Dip-jinx of February, March. So I think Liverpool need to step up. So like we said before, we discussed about Salah, Trent. Okay, so all of those players actually have to show up. Okay, show up that you present in on that pitch. So you have to actually to better your current performance. So now Liverpool actually, as compared to last season, we almost as certain we win the title. And then maybe because of that, we quite leisure. Okay, we quite leisure, and then we play not very serious, or maybe because of we have some comfort, some comfort to play. So for now, Klopp need to do something so that Salah, when he get chance, he has to convert. You get 10 chances and you don't convert. Actually, it nothing. It wasteful. It's better you got 2 chances, you convert 2, as compared to you got 10 and you convert nothing. So Salah, I think he has to prove himself, okay, that he actually the best out there for us, okay. So Trent also, and I think for the defense, I think maybe it's a very big maybe, Scallop can have to buy someone, I think, for CB. Yes,
Yes.
we have to risk William, we have Net Phillips, but I think that one is not good enough. Okay, Botman. Okay, Botman also can. So I think Klopp has to think of something, because now we are not really far away from our rival. Actually, we are very net to net. So my experience, Liverpool, if we race with our rival net to net, okay, actually we always lost. Like last season, we win because of we far away. We're so comfortable, but when we net to net really close, actually we will lose. When we see the season 2019, right, when we lost by one point only, even though it's 1 point, but it still lost, because we race, we race very close. And I don't know what happened to our team. When we race very close, we tend to lose. I don't know, because of the pressure, okay? Because now we always lead during Christmas, right? But only last season we won the title. Before this, we led, but we lost. And this season, we led during Christmas, and they said when you let during Christmas you will win. But if the race is still like this, I'm very worried. I'm so worried. So
Okay. Let's go to Punita here. And Imran, you've got to call out here. What's the way forward? So following what Sir Fahmi has said, lot of worries here. Lot of worries because we are in a deadlock at the top. And I don't think the goal difference really going to do us a lot of justice in the long run. So what do you think about this, Punita? What's the way forward here from Brian?
I certainly think a new centre forward would help. Sorry, a centre back, CB. We need a new centre back to help us, I think, because right now that's screwing up a lot of things. Because we could do with Fabinho as midfield, and then Trent also may feel more comfortable and confident if we have a good centre back. That might help a lot. And then, of course, the forward situation too. I'm not sure, we might have to try with the Oxlade and Minamino more. So yeah, I hope some of these changes happen for things to get us out of this rut now.
Okay. Imran, your big bro is calling you out there. What do you think?
Okay, for the months ahead, I believe we will do much better. Thiago is like a brand new January signing for us. Coming to think that he hasn't made a home debut for us in the league, that says a lot. He's gonna add much needed creativity when we come up against the low block teams. Like the ones that we drop points. So that will be of huge help. And Jota is going to be back as well. And on top of that, definitely we need centre back, be it Sven Botman or any other player that we're linked with. We have to think long term because we are going to lose Joel Matip in the coming seasons as well. So the new player coming in should not worry that he will be the third choice. Gomez has a fair share of injuries. So in fact, the new player coming in could be the main partner for Big Verge. So the next few days, if we do see a signing coming in, yes, that would be it. If not, I don't think we're not going to sign anyone. So Klopp will do with what he has always done, work with him. So I can only see us staying there in the top two. As I said earlier on, Man City are the one that I'm really concerned about. So we really had to be wary of them. And we just keep on getting the scrappy wins, 1-0, 2-1, 1-1 draws. We will be up there. So there's only one way to look forward, upwards and onwards.
All right. So Fahmi, I think Vinod here is replying to you. Liverpool is playing a handbrake on, but if losing out the title this season, it will be a first hat-trick. Or that means it will be the first time that we are leading Christmas and do not win the title. So this is what he's trying to say here, United fan. But he's a big follower of ours and host of the other show. Vinod, we'll see you on January 18th. But before that, we've got to overcome the Southampton hurdle. So we'll see you there, January 18th. So without further ado, let's. I think there's a lot to say. I think Imran said it quite well. LFC doesn't beat around the bush with our signings. We'll probably see a signing in the first half of January, and if that doesn't happen, stop hoping for anything to happen right at the dead end. So if we do sign someone, we're just going to get out there. Yeah, we signed someone. Like read it. We signed it. We've seen it. Till we sign it, we're going to say we're not saying anything. So that's Liverpool. So let's talk about this. The focus of the day. We're going into a very important match. A match that has. Liverpool's going to have a lot to prove. Klopp has got a lot to prove. Salah, whoever, you name it. Whoever plays in that game has got a lot to prove. Let's start with Dave here. Dave, your thoughts on the game? And your prediction. Thoughts and predictions straight. You're on mute, mate. You're on mute. Yep.
Yeah. So we are playing Southampton on Monday night football. So what I feel about this game, I mean, everyone has given a shout everywhere else that Thiago has to start this game. I mean, people are not concerned about whether Salah has to start or Mane has to start or Bobby has to start or Minamino has to start. But the fan base are actually looking forward for a start from Thiago. I mean, we know. I mean, coming back. I'm going to go back to the main topic that we have discussed about Klopp's decision making. I mean, we know for long that Klopp doesn't have a plan B when it comes to fixing up or tweaking a game where he needs a goal or he needs a win or he needs a point or he needs to get a 3 points to actually structure the Premier League table. So going into this match at St. Mary's, so I feel that Klopp needs to have a sort of plan, but obviously, I don't think he's going to have a plan B, but I mean, he has to get the mentality monsters back into this match and get them going and up and running and get the point as much as possible. And I mean, it's not about getting the goals, but it's just about getting the season up and running from right now, which is, I mean, now is January. I mean, we are into the new year, so he has to start to get what he actually wanted to, or he intended to do for when he actually came in a few years ago. So, um, like I feel that this is going to be a very interesting tracking match, and I'm not gonna go way off on the prediction side. So I'm gonna go for a very comfortable win for us, and I think even Nathaniel Phillips actually said that you have to be aware of Danny Ings, a few players of Southampton who could actually make a lot of changes into this match. And I mean, basic thing, get the mentality monsters back on the pitch and get them up and running and get the points. um, I'm sure it's going to be a cracking match if Thiago start. I know for sure he's going to start. And at some point of time, like talking about transfers, we have to get a simple. I mean, I'll make it very fast. We have to get a centre back. I mean, we are on the verge of getting a centre back, and Thiago Fabinho has to play in the middle of the park at some point of time. So, I mean, these are the things that actually we are missing throughout this season. I mean, actually we are into the 17th match of the season, so at some point of time this has to get back into the pitch. So my prediction for the match would be a 3-1 win for Liverpool, and I hope that we see Salah scoring the goals to just wash off the all the criticisms and all these.
I think Dave's taking a cheap one at Ben and Puva here.
No. Actually, for me, Salah has to do what he has to do for us, for the fans. And I mean, I will agree with anyone else here who, if he says that he wants to leave or he actually decides to leave, he can go. I mean, we are not. I mean, like everyone said that there's no one bigger than the club. I mean, the player is not bigger than the club. So we will actually see players go in and come in. So if he decides to go, then he has to go. So I mean, we have to look forward. We have to move on. I mean, get all the guys up and running. I mean, get it on. There's nothing to lose.
Okay. So 3-1 there from Dave. Liverpool to win 3-1. Me and Puva, we will never get predictions right. And my predictions are very, very humble, and Puva's predictions are he tries to be safe. Let's go back to Sir Fahmi here. Sir Fahmi, there's a comment here from our friend Vinod again. Southampton is our feeder team. Where we go, we went to market for a bit. We should be able to win 2-0. What are your thoughts here, Safami?
Okay, guys. Playing against Southampton, is it's not easy. It's not easy because we play away, right? We play away, right? So when you play against this team again, I think I hope you this team play open, play openly. They come to us. And we expose them. So I hope that because Salah Mane can exploit that space, But if they play like part the pass Mourinho type of tactics, I think that one is not easy for us because actually I love our former captain Stevie G. Stevie G always try to shoot, okay, because we have a lot of people in the box, penalty box. A lot of people, 10 people play football. How come you want to penetrate them? Of course, you have to shoot. Okay, you have to shoot. Why? Number one, if you shoot, it could be penalty because the ball hit the hand. Okay, VAR check, and then VAR say penalty for Liverpool. and then Salah take the Liverpool, Salah take the penalty and then goal. Right. So we got one goal. Okay, and then after got one goal to get 2 goals, 3 goals, I think it will be easy. I hope that that game there will be no more low blocks from this team. Okay, but bear in mind, Soton has Ward Prowse, right? James Ward
Yes,
Prowse.
yes, yes.
That guy very good, when
Free kick.
taking free kicks.
Free kicks. Confirm goal.
So I want to give this message to Fabinho. Fabinho, please don't foul any Southampton people in front of the goal, because this what Prowse very little, very little, and I hope that game Southampton open the spaces, not low, no more low blocks. No, please. I want to see fantastic football here. Please don't play like Mourinho. Okay, so because of Southampton open play, that's why I predict 3-0. Okay, thank you.
Okay, you have a shout out here from Mazwan Azali saying hello to you.
Yeah, my friend during UIA.
Wow, long time ago, university days. Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's go on here to Imran. While you give us your thoughts here, Shankar is saying rival fans blamed us Liverpool last season. This season, Vice against us most of the time. Shankar, thank you for watching. I have to call out everyone that's watching the show here. Thank you so much. We've got a lot of call outs here. Boniface, Brian, Vinod, Kishan, Gobalan. Gobalan has some really good comments earlier. We've got some shout outs. Nishanti shouting out for Punita and so on. K. Sigan is a menu fan. You've got the wrong channel. But thank you for watching. We will love the views that you're contributing. Rochi Christopher here. We really need to win. I want us to win 4 matches in a row. If we don't win, I'll be having a lot of wine 4 matches in a row after that. Definitely so. Oliver Gale said something way earlier. Klopp don't have a plan B. Thank you for watching, Oliver Gale. Let's hope that he has a plan B against Liverpool B on Tuesday, which is what we call Southampton here. So let's go to Imran here. What are your thoughts on this, Southampton?
All right. For the Southampton game, as you know, they have a huge void at the back because they will not be having Vestergaard. He's been a major threat for them from set pieces. James Ward-Prowse with his pinpoint crosses and corner kicks. So that's a huge miss. Jack Stephens is going to step in for him. So he's not a quick center back. Southampton play a very high line. So, like how Spurs exposed them, it is something that we could really hit them on the counter with our pace. So, but they do press high enough as well. Ralph Hasenhuttl has them playing in a very similar system to us, but in his own version. So I would go for a 2-0 win for us, with Mo Salah scoring the crucial winner for us.
Okay, all right. Let's go to I think everyone's suddenly taking a dive with Salah scoring.
No. Sorry, I'm not having dig anyone. No, I mean, of course we all have our rights with our own.
No,
points.
definitely, no doubt.
Yeah,
but
it is just that
everybody rallying behind Salah because he's got to
yes.
really come up. Let's go to Punita here. Thoughts on the game?
I think I go with what Dave said. 2 things he mentioned is having Thiago back is going to be a big boost for us, and Danny Ings is a worry. He's always a threat. Always worry about him. But otherwise, I think Liverpool's going to win 2-0. And the other thing is, I hope they don't park the bus because that really messes the time, and it's really, really boring to watch. Losing part isn't even when we lose it's the parking of the bus, and there's nowhere to run, no game. You're not even watching football. So yeah, let's hope Southampton doesn't park the bus, and we're gonna win 2-0.
Okay, all right.
Who's gonna
Let's
score?
go.
I'm for money to score. Sorry,
Money.
I'm for money to score this time.
Okay. All right. Ayo, Vinod goes on here before we go to Puva and Ben to wrap up. Again, going on VAR. Only in United is immune. Oh, come on, lah. Enough of this crap, lah. Okay, lah. Tomorrow, we will hope that we also trip on our legs and get a penalty. Okay.
Yeah.
Sadiq says we'll win by 4 goals. Sadiq Jaffer, thank you for watching. Let's hope for that. Kishan wants Jota to score the winning goal. I don't know Jota will be playing or not. So I know what Kishan's smoking. We'll see about that. Boniface here. Yeah, something I would like to see here. Thiago, man of the match. Let's see. Thiago can start. Then I guess it's all ours to drop to let go. So yeah, Brian from Singapore here, 2-0. Liverpool. All right. So let's go on to Puva here. So you can see all the predictions down on the ribbon ticker right there, guys, from all our speakers today. I'm putting it up so that on the next show we can see who got it right. So that should be fun. So let's go to Puva. Thoughts?
I wanted to go with 2-0, but changed my mind. I want to go safe with this because Southampton is pretty decent side. I think I echo with what Imran said just now. Janik Vestergaard won't be playing, which is a good news because for me, he is in my team of the season in that centre back position. Brilliant defender, brilliant centre back. His passes, his visions reminds me of Van Dijk, to be honest. And I don't know how Southampton somehow managed to find replacement for all the players they keep selling. It's amazing. It's amazing. They are scouting for last 2 decades been brilliant.
Yeah, they have been scouting for Liverpool. That's why.
Yeah. And if there is a chance for us to go for one last attempt to buy someone from them, I hope it's Vestergaard.
Yeah.
If we're not signing anyone, any centre back this January, I think we will sign someone. But if we don't, I really hope we'll go for Vestergaard this summer. Okay, talking about this game, I don't think it's going to be an easy game for us, but we might end up winning 2-0 or maybe 3-0. We never know. It depends on how well we defend their crosses into the box, because we know Danny Ings could hurt us, and we know, as Abang Fami just now said, if you consider free kick outside within the 25 yard or 20 yard, we know how good is what cross is. Is easily the best free kick taker this season. I hope. I don't mind if Salah score or Mane score. I just want us to win this game. That's why I go with a 1-0 victory, because moving into that all important Man United game, that game week 19, we have 2 matches to play on game week 19. I don't want we approach that game with a mindset like we go to the game, we put United as the favorite, and all we put the doubters questioning whether we can handle United or not, or whether we can maintain our home record or not. So to shut that, I think we need to win this game. I don't care 1-0, 2-0 or 3-0 or 2-1, 3-1. I just don't care. 3 points matters. After what happened at Newcastle, what happened at Anfield against West Brom, we need 3 points. Anything less than that would be very disappointing. And those who kept reminding me to be positive after the 2 draws, I need to make sure they are in positive mindset if we drop point at Southampton. Because the only reason I started to criticize was on paper, Southampton away and Man United home is much more difficult compared to Newcastle away and West Brom home. So we wasted so much there. I just hope it don't come backfires. So 1-0 Liverpool. I think Mane will score.
Puva, and Ben, just so that I can so with the viewers in here, your starting 11, who would you start?
Do you want to start with me or Puva?
Puva, and then we'll go to Ben and to wrap up.
Starting 11.
Yep.
Keeper, obviously, Alisson. Robertson left back. Fabinho centre back. Partner most likely. This William right back. Ryan Alexander-Arnold. I don't think he will be rested. Thiago would start, I think, as a. I'm not sure whether who will play as a number 6, who will play as a number 8. I'm not sure on that, but I think the midfield 3 would be Thiago, Endo, and Jimmy. I think that's the best we could feel. And the front 3, the usual front 3, Salah, Mane, and Firmino.
All right.
And if let's say things not going well for us, 60 minutes, 65 minutes, please, Jurgen Klopp, make changes. I don't want to see another 98-minute change substitution, and you keep someone like Minamino as. I share the same sentiment and with Ben here. Keep Shaqiri aside. Minamino was growing in confidence after that Crystal Palace game, and he didn't get a single minute after that. That's really frustrating.
Yes.
When we really needed a goal. So, if let's say things not going our way, please make substitution as early as 60 or 65 minutes. Don't wait until 85. Shaqiri is not someone that gonna make different in 3 minutes, 5 minutes. He needed at least 15 minutes, as Ben said just now. Minamino, same goes to him. So, but I really hope we would kill off our chances. That's the most important thing. We will somehow create chances. That's for sure.
It's converting that's the most important.
Yes, converting is the most important one.
Yeah, I think everyone's sharing the same thing. I think all the way here from Kishan earlier has said that I think the bigger game is in fact the Southampton game, and we're not undermining the current form that United has been on. I just feel that I think we all share the sentiment. I think objective United fans share the sentiment that if we play to our best on that day, and I'm not talking luck. We're not talking luck. So like what Puva said, we will create chances. But if we create chances and convert, high conversion rate, okay, that means with the possession football, with a good number of chances and a good conversion rate, in all honesty, there's very few teams that worry us here. And to be honest, that when that match comes on the 18th, it's it's going to be very evident then, but we really need to be on the top of our game. So before we end this, so let's go to Ben to wrap up here. Ben, your first 11 thoughts and predictions for the match.
So with the starting 11, I'd go the exact same as Puvar. I think with the FA Cup coming up on the weekend, we'll rotate then. So I think we'll go with the full strength side. The only one who potentially may not start is Thiago. The only reason, not that I would obviously choose if available and fully fit, I'd start Thiago. That's not a question, but I just don't know whether or not, because Klopp is very pragmatic with that. It might be a case he might start Jones again and bring Thiago off the bench if he's not fully fit, because that's one thing I think he's very conscious about. I think that Thiago had only just about had 2 full training sessions with the side before the Newcastle game. Like I said, hopefully he will play, and that's my choice if he's fully fit, but that's the only one who's potentially debatable. I think he will go Williams ahead of Phillips because of the pace they've got up front. But with regards to the game, interesting thing is this is actually quite a good time to play Southampton. Southampton haven't won in 4 games. They've gone 1-1 draw with a 10-man Arsenal. They lost to City at home. They draw 0-0 the last 2 games. So actually they're not in the greatest of form either. They haven't scored for 3 games. The last time they scored was in that 1-1 draw with Arsenal. So I think 2-0 is what I've gone with. I don't think they are clicking as much. I know Danny Ings is around, but is again an injury problem. Shea Adams hasn't been on form either. So, I think Southampton are a tough side. and it would normally be a tough game, especially at St Mary's. I still will be tough. But I think they aren't as free flowing as they were prior to Ings' injury when they were scoring a lot of goals and in form. So they've been struggling in front of goal, and I think as well, like it's alluded to, that they play open football, and any side who plays open football against us plays into our hands, and that helps. You know, we're much better against sides who go at us. You know, we play better against City. We play better against Chelsea. We play better against those sides, Leeds, Wolves. They play at us, so we have a better chance. And I think that's the case. Don't get me wrong. I said it'll be tough still, but I'm not worried so much. As I said, James Ward-Prowse is probably the biggest threat from set pieces. Open play, they haven't scored since Arsenal, and even then that was an open play. But I mean.
But Ben, do you think that maybe they fancy their chances against us as well, coming to St Mary's? Because in the last 5 league games, 3 draws. The only difference is we've got 1 more win than they have. They've got a win and a loss. We've both got 3 draws. Last 5 matches were pretty much even, maybe just 3 points more. But do you think they fancy their chances as well, or are they gonna think that now this is Liverpool? Let's not be dumb about this. Be real. Let's go like what other teams do. Let's try to frustrate them defensively and take our chances on the counter and set pieces. Is that what it is?
I mean, I don't think that's in Ralph Hasenhüttl's playbook, really. Ralph Hasenhüttl plays attacking football, plays what I call proper football. I know that's not politically correct to say proper football because any tactic is a successful tactic if it works. But yeah, I mean. Happy if they think great, let's take them on. That's fantastic. Again, that plays into our hands. I think any football it'd be done for any football side to not turn up and fancy their chance in the game of football, because otherwise that means they're admitting defeat. But at the same time, I think any football side that turns up to play against the champions, regardless of it, us or anyone, is probably also being a bit naive and thinking, "Oh, great, they're a bit weak. We'll go at them." You know, let's be honest here. As I said, I know we've had those draws, but they've struggled. So everyone gave us stick for drawing 1-1 at Fulham, but they drew 0-0 at Fulham. You know, they lost to City at home. You know, I know City are a good side, but still, they've lost there. You know, they've drawn West Ham at home. Like, I mean, we've created chances. Like, I think we all accept that Newcastle should have beaten them, and the chance we should have beaten them. West Brom, we should have put that to bed. Again, you could probably argue that for Southampton's games. I don't know. I haven't studied them in that much detail, but yeah, I mean, if they want to fancy their chance against us, great. But I still think if you're going to play open football against our team. And that's the other thing, is we've got players coming back. We've got Thiago back. I think that's going to be a huge thing. And you've seen how he unlocks sides. It adds another dimension to our passing game. So yeah, I think it'll be tough, but I still think we'll come away comfortable 2-0 winners. I think if I was really going to, I think probably we'll go 1-0 up, and they'll probably score a second with about 70 after that 70th minute, and then we'll probably just romp home. And that's what I'd say.
All right. I think someone here just commented against what Puva said. A reason making long subs due to injury crisis. One thing that will affect Liverpool this season is another big injury. I think any team today that is in the top 10, that is like within 4 to 6 points of the top, an injury is going to affect any team at this point. But it's a conflict getting result and to keep one fit. So Taki definitely should be given a start, or should be given more playing time. Sir Fahmi's got someone here asking him whether we are really going to buy Mbappe. Let's save that for another show. Nazri, thank you for watching. That's a whole topic for another show, my friend, because Poch has gone to PSG. God knows what's going to happen over there with a lot of the players. And so we'll talk about that on another show, maybe on Footy Talk, where we can cover transfers for many of the teams. Salah going to Real Madrid. Hey, come on, bro. Let's not go there. Far away. And yeah, that's about it. Kishan wants to be on the Sir Fahmi show. Maybe if you stop talking about Fekir, yeah, maybe I'll give you Sir Fahmi's contact and we'll take it from there. Otherwise, I'm predicting. I'm gonna be predicting a 2-1. Again, you see, me and Puva just go realistically. Only a 1 goal is gonna be in it. So 2-1, and I think we will be a bit shaky. We can't go the last 2 games we will be nervous, we will be shaky a lot. So I do think that maybe we will let one in. I do think we will have like what Sir Fahmi said. I think Fabinho will do an awesome tackle right outside the box, and it might be Ward-Prowse. I don't know, but I think it's. I think we'll take the points, but it's going to be close, 2-1 maybe. So that's it. Nazrin gives his prediction and says Liverpool is going to win it against Southampton. Thanks. Kita pun rasa Liverpool akan menang. Terima kasih. But with that being said, I think we've come to the end of the show. It's been a great show. We really were very objective. So I really like to thank all our speakers here today, our panel. So Fahmi, who just had a show on Friday, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks Dave for Red Junks. Imran from Singapore, I would love to have you on the show sometime soon again. Thank you so much for your feedback and views. Punita, who holds the title of the first female speaker on the show, thank you so much for joining. Punita has got a lot of people who are Liverpool fans who I hope to have on the show soon. Puva, as always, I think Puva really needed to be on this show here. He told me he was not sure whether he could make it, but thank you, Puva. I think your views here were very important, and I think your views here were well complemented by even Ben, who is Klopp devotee. Let's call him a Klopp devotee. Like, you know, he totally is a devotee of Klopp, but he accepts the criticism in the last couple of matches. It was fair. So I think we really were very objective, and the fan bases out there are really divided. But we just have to tell the fans that all your opinions are valid, but do not drive any hate. You know, bring all the love, but be objective and be critical. Because we love our team, we love the players, we love the manager, and we love the club. Be objective. There's no need for hate. There's no need to be disapproving of anyone's opinions. There are people out there saying Klopp out, and you'll be surprised that people are in agreement with them also. So, but we are all Liverpool fans. Everyone's got a point of view. Everyone wants to critique as needed. You may not agree, so agree to agree or agree to disagree. We've had good speakers here from Singapore. We've had a real big hardcore speaker here, Sir Fahmi. We've had Ben from the UK with the UK perspective of things. And I think we've had a good show. So thank you so much to all our viewers for watching. We've got a lot of viewers here who are really tuning in. A lot of good comments today. So thank you so much. We will be back again soon for episode 14, where we'll hopefully cover the FA Cup and preview the United match. So till then, this is the KOPP Talk, and we are signing off. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you, you guys. Have a good evening. You'll never walk alone. See you soon.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.